if truth be known, if it was sitting in a better condition and not in the mud and banged around in boxes and stuff over the last 30 years, I'm sure it would come up and work. That wasn't the case. So we're gonna button this up. We're gonna throw the Ultra 5 up here. We're gonna see if we can't get that to boot. So let's get that done.
Technology Bob, yeah, that's his name. Teaching DIY is his favorite game.
That really wasn't, the SGI wasn't really the outcome I was hoping for. I really kind of wanted to play with the old system and see how it worked and everything and show everybody. Kind of a step back in time, but not all things work right. Let me know if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe, comment, share. Let me know if you want to see the SGI running. I will spend the money, buy some parts if I have to, and get it running. The boot's up. I mean, I say that, but I don't know if I just need a few more components to check it out more. So anyhow, back to this. This is an Ultra 5 from around the same period. Of course, we decided earlier that this was, the hard drive is 61600. So that is a newer machine, probably by a few years, a couple years at least. Well, the parts in it was 95. The last SGI, I mean, this of course 00. I think this is probably around the 2000. Again, this was a retired machine that I didn't want to see go in the trash. But back then we just threw them away. Yeah, so let's put power to this. What do we need for a keyboard and whatnot? Let's look. Let's see. It's a VGA. VGA looks like no USB. It has that. I have a Sun keyboard in there. I'll go grab it because I'm gonna need it. But first, before we do all that, let's power it up and see if it comes on. We got a couple bad caps in here. Again, the caps are not leaking, but they're starting to expand. I don't know if you can see that, but these caps right here, I don't see any other ones that have a lot of issues. So let's hook the power up. And a monitor. So we got a monitor, power, turn it on. Okay, it says can't. It goes out as soon as can't find a keyboard. So let's find a keyboard. Got the keyboard plugged into it. I'll probably have to get a mouse too, but power on, okay. It says incorrect configuration, checksum. Let me do some digging, because after 30 years I remember nothing. So, alright. Back to this. What this takes is this battery is dead. Alright. So it can't get a address. So it ain't gonna come up. There is it's the NVram. Yeah, so this ain't coming up today. We are winning. I think I'm going to take that out, try to find a battery for it, a holder. Not a good day to restore old PCs. Alright, I am not giving up yet. I found a workaround. I'm going to try. We're going to put this back in here. It's all back in there. We're going to turn it back on, and we're going to try this. It says power on the system. When you see the ID prom contains an invalid, hit stop A. Okay. And it says after the OK prompt, set defaults. Okay. It says one space 0 MKP. All right. 81 MKP. I'm not going to walk through all this. I'm going to do all this whole thing here, and we're going to see. All right, we now have a host ID and address, and it says to restart. So we're going to hit restart. Memory align, not align. Memory address, not align. Alright. That. I just popped the memory out. And I re-entered everything. It's booting. Let's see what happens. I'm not saying it is going to boot. And this says copyright 2002, so. Well, that just means the OS is on 2002. I don't know what root is, so. Let's see if we can get into root. I know there's a way on Suns. I think there's a way to reset the root at here. If I remember Solaris correctly. I used to be really good at Solaris. But yeah, things fade. Okay, we have the OS booted. However, I do not know root. There is a procedure to reset root, so we need to reboot it again, and I need to stop A and get into single boot mode. So let's follow that procedure and see what we got. So stop the system, bring the system to. Here we're trying a different method. I know I've done this several times on a Sun. I just have to find the right method. I just haven't done it for 30 years at least. So let's see if we can't get this done. That didn't work. Try it again. Alright, trying it again. See what happens. I'll let you know when I get, if it comes. Who knows. Might have tried a million different processes. I think I got it here. Now we should, if prompted for root path signature, press enter without anything. Nope. Alright. I'm in root. I entered an old password I had. I don't even know how I remembered it. I entered it in. I'm going to remove it because I don't know that I can get in, because I think I just tried to do it on the login prompt. So let me I need to remove the shadow, so I'll just go do that. It should be I should be able to CD ETC shadow, and it should do VI we should be able to just delete these. I think if I remember right, in VI X should just take it down to that. I'm not sure what the 664 is. We're gonna probably the group. Alright. I'm gonna have to do it again, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna do that back. A 6445 and WQ. Oh. X. Make sure I have the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. So now we're in there with WQ. WQ. So when you get that read only, just hit W. Okay. I think it's W bang. Right. That forces the right. If you're ever in VI and you have root and it's a read-only file, W bang, and that bang is old terms exclamation mark. That will write it. So basically, X deletes a character, O adds a new line, A look up VI, but then we should just be able to hit Q, quit. Alright, then we should just be able to reboot. Here we are, logged in, going to root, and we're able to get in. Let's see what happens here. Alright, we're at root. We have different monitor. I forget this OS so much. I don't know if this has any users on it or anything, but basically here's where we are. We rebooted, or we actually, there was really nothing wrong. It has bad caps in it, but we went through some today. We failed on the SGI, mainly because it's old and it's been banged around. However, we were able to bring an Ultra 5 up. We had issues with the RAM, the NVram, the NVram chip. I have a battery pack ordered so we can actually try that method on this. But yeah, this was a fun day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I really have no use for this machine. I mean, I guess I could use it as a server or something. It's fun to play with. In fact, I'd like to probably move it farther, clean it up, and maybe put it on a shelf or something as a memento or something. But anyhow, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thank you very much. The Ultra. I have decided to try a battery, put a battery pack in it. Because what dead is this? So we have to get to a connection here. left is positive and right is negative. There should be connections down in here. I'm gonna dig away until I get it, and then all right. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Anyhow, if you can see down in there, both of them metal bars, both the metal things are exposed. So we need positive and negative. Positive and negative. So we need to solder this on there. Yeah. So let's find some solder. I have it. I'm gonna put it in here. Who knows? See what happens. I have another one ordered, actual chip. So what comes up, we'll have to program it. But if the battery works, if this battery pack works, we won't have it. It'll hold its memory. What I did is, this was too much voltage. I had a double pack, so it put it 6 volts. I wasn't getting anything. So basically what I did is I put 2 connectors together and only put one 3-volt battery in there. So I have it now. Let's reprogram it and see if we can't get it to save. So actually I had this turned off, so I don't know. I turned it on. Alright, just update you. I did shut it off, completely off, and I'll do it again here in a minute. As we can see, let's log into it correctly. And then it'll keep our coffee type address, and which is not the correct address. So we probably need to program it correctly, but it's not hooked to the internet, so I don't know that it matters. So let's go into it. And we'll shut down. Instead of doing a stop A, it's not good on the hard drive. The Linux, or not Linux, Sun OS. But 6 bolts was too much, I guess. It said I could use 2. Oh. Whatever. One works too. So shut on this. I remember this. Shut down now. Alright. Gonna shut down. And it will take a while. We're gonna shut her down. Okay, we're down. Alright. Now, usually when you want things to work, they don't work. And when you don't want them to work, they do work. It's just the laws, Murphy's Law, I guess. So we're down. Now we're going to turn it back on. Should come back up. and it maintained our IDs. So basically the NVram, the battery was out of the chip. Okay, it's a common problem with Sun. I didn't know that until yesterday. I guess I never had to deal with them when they were old. This right here, the battery in it was wrong. So what we did is we soldered in an external battery. Now, if this battery, one of these batteries goes out again, we can just put it in there. We don't have to change the chip or anything. And that's what they do on a lot of these old Suns. I had to whittle that out, as we seen earlier. I soldered it on there. I know I had some challenges getting it back going again, mainly because I had a bent pin. When I pushed this in there, I didn't put the cover on there. I didn't think I'd fit. And I bent a pin. I don't think I got it on tape, so anyhow, that's what I did. So I straightened the pin out, pushed it back in there. Then when we got it back, I actually booted it up with it off, and I programmed it with it off. But then I actually turned it on, so it actually saved everything to the NVram. And when we turned the machine off, we turned it back on a couple times. It's gonna boot. It's in the process right now of booting. It's checking the file system. The hard drive must have a little bit of issue, I don't know. But it'll come back up. So really, what we have is a working machine. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it besides, like I said, I guess it was yesterday. Going to keep it on the shelf, I guess, as a momentum. I guess momentum. Going to keep it on the shelf as momentum. No, can't even think it's so late. I'm gonna symbolic, I guess, or something. But yeah, so I do have a new one of these coming. I ordered it on eBay, not knowing that I would get this to work, right? But I did, so that's good. This is coming up. Now this time we should be able to set the date and time in it, and it should save. Everything should save on it. Again, so yeah. So that's going to conclude this video. I'm going to try to put something together with all we have. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. More content coming. I'm always working on something. I'm hoping that we can get something moving on a lot of these. I mean, tell me what you want to see. I know you watch a lot of. Let me be honest with you. You watch a lot of YouTube, and all these creators are asking you what you want to see. It's because the reason they're asking you and I'm asking you is because I want to make something that is useful for you. You as a watcher. I mean, this is fun to me. I mean, rebuilding these computers and stuff like that is fun to me, but it might not be fun to you, and you're not going to watch it, right? So what do you want to see? I mean, if you followed this channel or watched this channel very much at all, you'll know that I'm involved in a lot of different things, from cars to boats to house repair to gardening to computers. My passion is computers. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I have a lot of passions. One of the ones I really like doing is I like woodworking. We do have a project coming that I have to. I'll tell you a story. I'm gonna flip you around. I don't know if anybody will watch this or not. I don't even know if I'm. Let's do that. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Hopefully you can see me. Before I was making room. I don't have an extra shed. I just have that little space in the garage. And I know if you watched any of the videos, you've seen that. Before I fixed the engine in the Dakota and redid all that, I made room. I had a bandsaw in the garage. I had a crosscut saw, 10-inch crosscut saw, and I sold them. I didn't need them. I mean, I really never used them that much, so I went ahead and sold them. And the guy that come in and bought the radial arm saw, he looked at my table saw and he said, "Boy, I could use that." So I sold it to him. I didn't lose any money on it. I didn't make any money on it. I just sold it. So I have to get another table saw. So as soon as I do that, we'll actually get started on a project. There is a project that the windows in front of the house are rotten and at the bottom. They're wood frame, so we'll build a new frame for that. But I got to have some tools. I mean, I need my table. I need a table saw. I mean, period. I knew I was going to buy another one anyhow. So anyhow, that's I know I'm kind of rambling here. But really, I mean, there's a lot I want to do. I enjoy teaching people stuff, and I know some of the ones that some of the lessons that are learnt in these videos, they get lots of likes and people like them, and I want to keep doing that. I mean, I'm an old man, as you can tell. I've done a lot in my life, so. But I'm now no expert, no me. Anyhow, we're gonna wrap this up. Until next time, see ya.